Welcome to Life Success. I'm your host Laurie, and we're going to talk about actually life planning. Why? Because do you ever feel like you can't figure it out? What do you do with your life? Because the change your mind all the time, and that's common too, of course. And I've personally never had to do those things, but got to work out from 5 to 10 years from now, where do you go? What do you do with everything that you are wanting to do with your life? You know, people's plans can change, and COVID has changed a lot of these things in general for a lot of us around the world. So let's look at these things naturally. I've never been the one to actually stick to one thing. That's just the way it is for me personally. But we all have been there. So having not a solid plan in place can be daunting. So let's look at that and how can we actually really improve on this area. If you have no clue of where you want to go, what you want to do, you're not sure if you're on the right path or on the right plan, really, it can feel like you're never going to get anywhere, right? So what's important to us is having a plan in place. So what is an intentional plan? Okay, you might think a life plan is only about the type of career you want in your life. So let's look at these things in general, where, you know, jobs and relationships and things like that. We all have these areas in our lives that we want to work on in general. With a life plan, it becomes easier to focus on what matters. So what matters to you and what matters to where you want to go, of course, is not what other people are doing or telling you, because it's your direction, not theirs. It's not their place to tell you how to live your life either. So really, it's to do with the fact that you've got to make that choice. And of course, as a life coach, this is what I have to teach you, is to actually make this your life, not other people's, not theirs, to tell you how to live your life. But when someone is qualified to tell you, that's a different story, isn't it? So let's look at our situations where we can figure out where you want to go. So things like going to be a doctor, maybe a musician, or some people have their mind set on things. So set your life up, right? So, but what if you have multi-passionate about stuff? That's a good question, right? So what are you indecisive about? The kind of job you want. Okay, there's a huge difference. And the thing is, never had a plan for 5 or 10 year plan in place, because there's always something happening that interrupts that. So for example, a person dies, someone close to you, that kind of pushes you off the bandwagon, as you could say. So we've got to look at these pros and cons of things, and you've got to have a thing in place that is including relationships. When clear about your values, your priorities, where do you fit in with that, and of course the vision for your life. So my values and priorities are specific, and what are specific to you is different for everyone, but my vision has been kind of there, but it has been challenging. Remember to be patient with yourself. Even if it is hard, you just got to be patient and let it take its course. And of course, it takes time to build these things and create the plan that you want in your life. and visualizing them daily helps. It's like a visualization. So do that daily. It's like having a vision board. Just imagining these things and writing it in your journal, these things can help with your journey. I hope this serves you, and take care for now, and I'll see you in the next episode.